All right. Let's close this out. All right. Here we go. Wow, this is exciting, exciting stuff. As we are about to break the internet tonight, all of us test groupers, we've got, wow, 87 people jumping on. This is really, really cool. So let's put this down the bottom. All right. So guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are so thrilled that you are taking time out of your night to break the internet with us. So we've got about 25 of us. Now we're in the test group. For those of you that don't know what the test group is, we are a group of people, coaches selected by Beachbody Corporate to try out the Shift Shop before it launches next Wednesday, okay? And we have been on this journey. A lot of us have been doing 3 rounds, but this is a 21-day program. And it's got dialed in nutrition. We've got the first week's 25-minute workouts, 35-minute workouts, then 45-minute workouts. We've got a lot of carbs the first week, and then the carbs start to go down. But guys, don't be afraid of that. Like, this is a lot easier than you think. And, all of us, we come from all different walks of life, okay? Where some of us are parents, some aren't. Some of us have, illnesses. Some of us are, overweight. Some of us were already fit to begin with. So we come from all different walks of life. And that's why we wanted to put this on for all of you tonight, because it's really important for all of you to get to see that anybody can do this program, okay? So my husband and I, this is Bobby.
Hello.
If you don't see, I paint his picture and his muscles all over Facebook. Want to show everyone your pipes?
I'm sure they've seen that.
You sort of see that, I know, but I just want to show them up. All right, so we actually were selected together to do this program. And we had... It was really exciting because actually in the 4.5 years that I've been a coach, I have never done a program with him. We've been doing programs, but we never did one together. So we just were like, yeah, let's do this. And, just to tell you a little bit about Bobby and I, we just had our 3rd baby. Well, he didn't have the baby. I had the baby last July. So we've got 3 kids, ages 7, 5, and almost 1. And Bobby works full time in a labor intensive job all day. I'm home with the kids. I'm also a coach. So I'm pretty busy. And, a little bit of our personal life to share with you guys is we were both diagnosed with Lyme disease earlier last year. So, this wasn't like this, easy feat where, life was just so perfect. And, we had all our ducks in a row and everything was just, perfect for us to embark on this journey. It really wasn't. But, we committed to it. And we just went all in. And I have to say that me personally, having been on this postpartum journey now for the last year since I had the baby, I've had some great results and I've been doing really well with all of these amazing tools in my toolbox. However, I still had that mummy pouch left over. I still had that bump that when I sat down, I was like, oh my God, like when is this thing gonna go away? So I now officially have a flat stomach and abs. And I still find it hard to believe, like I still look in the mirror every day and I'm like, I can't even believe this is going on right now because I just had a baby last year. And I remember being in the hospital room when I had the baby, looking at my stomach, like, am I ever gonna see those abs again? But, after doing this program with Bobby, we are back. So do you wanna share anything?
Yeah, I think that I'm really grateful that we got picked because I almost didn't do it because of the Lyme disease, and it's my busiest season. So I really didn't think I'd be able to do an intense program. It's just like my Lyme disease was going crazy. I have to work a lot at this time of year. So she was like, let's just do what you can do. And I actually did really well. And it actually helped me to break some barriers that I've been trying to break for a really long time. So it's one thing I love about these programs is it kind of puts you out there and you do before and afters. So you got to stick to it. You know, that's the beauty of joining a challenge group and being amongst other people, is you're not able to go into your little cocoon and then make excuses, because, you know, everybody's going to be checking on your progress. And a lot of people are fearful of that, but that's the like little ingredient that Beachbody has that helps you along and see results, which I love.
Yep. And we've been in this test group now which has had about almost 300 people, and it's been like a little family for us, and we've all got to know each other. And I mean, most of us have never even met each other, but we've turned into this family. And you know, we're just so excited because we all feel like we've been reborn when it comes to this home fitness journey. Like I said, I've done almost every single program, but this for me was a way for me to tap into that athlete that I was growing up. I played softball. I was a cheerleader. I was a fitness competitor. So I really longed for that. And Chris Downing, like when you are working out with him, you feel like you're working out with like an NFL personal trainer. He's got drills set up and he's motivating you and he's keeping you going. And he just gets inside your head in a way that you will push through that last rep. Okay. And I've had a lot of people say to me, I don't think I could do that, Candace. You know, I'm not as fit as you. Guys, when I started out, I felt like my first week that I was like a heavy smoker. I'm like, I thought I was fit. And then I started and I didn't feel like I was fit anymore. But after the first week, literally 7 days later, when we took our photos, I was like, do you want to see this right now? Like, we couldn't even believe that after 7 days, we would see such a huge change in our appearance. So it's like after 7 days, you get that taste of success, that physical success, and you go, oh my God, like I am going to keep going. And we just went and we did 2 rounds.
And I'd like to touch on that topic about, you know, people thinking it's easier. I'm sure there's people out there that look at me and go, oh, you know, he's in shape. It's easier for him, not realizing that we have Lyme disease. And it you know, at one point I couldn't even walk around the block. So it's a problem, but we work through it. But I mean, I do that to other people. I did it to Chris, who's the super trainer, who is running Shift Shop. You know, it's his workout. I was like, well, I started trolling him on Facebook and looking at his YouTube videos. And I'm thinking, wow, this guy's doing all this. He's got 2 gyms. And I'm saying, oh, you know, he doesn't have any kids. That's why he can do that. If I didn't have kids, I'd be out doing that too. And then I see a video with him and his kids. You know, we always think it's easier for the other person. And I'm sure people look at us and think, oh, they're in shape. It's so much easier for them. But we have obstacles just like everybody else. And that's one of the things that helped me push through this, was I wanted to be able to share that so that hopefully can inspire people that if we could do this with Lyme disease in 3 kids, then you could definitely do it too.
Yep, absolutely. And, you know, being a husband and wife team doing this, it was tough some days, you know, prepping meals, and Bobby would come home from work and, you know, the kids are screaming and I just needed his help. And, you know, we had to be patient with each other as a couple. And some days were easy and some days were tough.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't easy by any stretch. It's not easy, but we had a goal, and I know from experience that, you know, it's a short time, and it's going to end. So whatever we have to do to get through it, we're just going to do it. We're going to suck it up, make it happen, because that we're going to be happy with those results. I always tell my wife, in my mind's eye, I have a visual of who I see myself as. And when I look in the mirror and I don't see that, it makes me very depressed, because I know that I can do better than that. And it's not about vanity, or, you know, some people think, oh, people that work out or into fitness are just, you know, vain. And the truth is, I am athletic. I love to work out. So when I see myself not in good physical shape, I feel like I'm letting myself down. And it really, you know, sets the tone for my life. I'm not happy. So this is what makes me happy, and I'm not going to settle for less. And I actually made a promise to myself after getting Lyme disease, and I couldn't even walk around the block at one point, that I was like, you know, when I have my strength back, I am going to go full bore in whatever program comes out. And I was lucky enough to get picked for this. And, you know, getting that new body is like, if you ever bought a new car and you're like, it's the happiest day of your life, you're in the car, you love it. Well, getting a new body is like 1,000 times better than that.
It really is.
Everybody tells you how good you look. All your clothes feel better. You're not miserable because you got to go somewhere and nothing fits. So, I mean, it's not about just looking good for other people. It's about being happy in your own skin. And this is what makes me happy. And I know other people probably have that same struggle.
Amen. So next up, we have Brienne Wetzel, mommy of 3. So Brienne, you want to unmute yourself?
Hey guys, can you hear me? All right. Hey guys, thank you guys all for coming on. How many people do we have on here now? My gosh. It's crazy. Thank you guys for all joining us tonight. I hope that you get a ton of information from us. So, yeah, I was super excited to get that email that I was selected for the test group. I got the email at 3 months postpartum, baby number 3, started the program 4 months postpartum. He's right here now. We've got thunderstorms. So he's hanging with mama. Jake is 6 months old, and we are finishing up round 3. So I started this program and I was so excited to get the email. I felt like after having the baby, you know, my other 2 are 9 and 5. So my house is crazy. My husband travels a lot. I just felt like I needed something to sort of get my head back in the game of my business since I do this full time. And this program was, for me, so much more than just a fitness program. It was like a total transformation program from the inside out. I felt like Chris knew exactly what we needed pulled out of us. Somehow, some way, he just knew whatever was in us, whether it was an athlete, it was finding ourselves again. He just found a way to pull out so much of us. I never have felt so strong in my life. I am somebody who's always done these programs since I started as a coach 4.5 years ago. And this is the first program that in 3 weeks, I felt myself being able to move faster, jump higher. I felt my body just getting stronger each workout. Every time we came back to a workout 2 days later, I felt myself feeling stronger than I did 2 days before. Whether it was actual strength or the fact that he was able to pull that out of us in the beginning until we really found that strength within us, I don't know. But he's got a way of speaking to us that I think once you guys, if you've done the sneak peek, once you really get your hands on the program, you'll really see what a gift he has for just being able to let you find whatever's lying inside of you that you think you don't have. For me, I felt like he pulled so much out of me that I was able to accomplish so much. And looking at my photos and how my body feels, I just feel like, my gosh, that was only 6 weeks time. Like, that time passes so quickly. There are so many times we see people say for 6 weeks or for 6 months, they say, I'm going to get started. I'm going to get started. I'm going to get started. And that time is just going to pass anyway. So for me to see what I was able to accomplish, you know, in 10 days, in 21 days, in 6 weeks, it just was unbelievable. Especially not feeling like I had any of my strength back. If anything, I felt like after baby number 3, I had like negative muscle tone, if that's even a thing. I felt my abs were shot. I had no core strength left. And to be able to do what I've been able to do, to feel how strong my body has been able to get in the past, you know, we're in week 9 now, is just crazy. So it's been so great. It's been great to see my kids want to join in and my kids want to have fun. This was the first program that my husband did, aside from our Ultimate Reset. So 4.5 years, this is the first program he did 21 days of. He traveled for the entire first week of the program. It was still easy for him, not easy, but it was manageable for him to, you know, eat his food while traveling and prep his meals and do those things. And for us having, you know, 3 kids at home, all different ages, The meal prep was surprisingly simpler, I think, than other programs, at least for me personally. But, I will say that for me, guys, the performance line was like thumbs up. Especially having no strength and no muscle tone left. Recover was like my jam every day, no matter what. But those are my thoughts on the program. I'm so excited for you guys to get your hands on it. We have 1 week until it releases. So I am going to let Jenna Klepper talk about her experience now.
Thanks, Brienne. I am super excited to talk to you guys tonight. I got the email while I was at work one day that I was picked for this test group, and I was like, somebody is punking me. And it wasn't until I had received the materials and was added to the group that I realized it was real. I've done a lot of yo-yos in my dieting and in my exercise and in my weight loss and all that jazz and in my life, just a lot of ups and downs. And I had gotten down to a really respectable weight, but I worked really, really hard for that. I poured a ton of money into it. And when I got brought into Beachbody and started all that, I kind of started losing that weight again and realized it was a lifestyle. And I hit a certain point and I had just kind of plateaued, and I was there at 140, and I was like, you know what? That's where my body wants to be. This is where my lifestyle is going to take me, because I'm not willing to give up beer and I'm not willing to give up pizza for the rest of my life. So 140 is where it is. And I also thought that I had a really bad back. I had really bad neck, really bad knee. So my lifestyle was modifying for the rest of my life. And I was totally okay with that. And so when I got picked for this group, I was like, okay, awesome. I can't wait. And my family even asked me, they were like, do you even have more weight to lose? And I'm like, no. This is where my body wants to be now. And 3 weeks into it, I was down 7 pounds. 6 weeks into it, I was down 10 pounds and 9.9 inches. So I'm happy to report that I was wildly wrong about where my body wanted to be, because I actually eat more food now than I was before, and I really enjoy it. I'm a single girl, so I followed the sample meal plan to a T, because anytime someone tells me what to eat, when to eat it, I am totally cool and down with that, because that means less planning, less prepping for me. So awesome. It also means less dishes. I hate doing dishes, guys. So for me, it was like a no-brainer, follow this. They said, drink the Energize. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm drinking the Energize. I drank that before, but you best believe I'm drinking that, because I'm doing my workout at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to roll out of bed and drink that. So that was a huge, huge help. Shakeology was a game changer for me, like nothing I had ever experienced before. And I've been drinking Shakeology for 2 years straight. But to have that every day when those starches are going down and you think you want bread, but you really don't, you grab that and you're good to go. I didn't even miss carbs. And I'm a New Yorker. I grew up on pizza and bagels, and I love pizza and bagels. I have never been known to say no to a pizza or a bagel. And yet I didn't care that I wasn't able to have pizza or bagels on this, because even tonight's dinner was a big hamburger with cheese and sauteed veggies. I mean, it's just awesome. I was a synchronized swimmer in high school, and I felt like this really brought back that inner athlete in me that I didn't think existed. Those modifications that I thought I was stuck doing the rest of my life, I was so wrong. And I learned that on day one. So this for me has been so much more than just physical. It's an emotional transformation for me too, in that I've pushed past so many limiting beliefs, that some of which I didn't even know I really had. So this for me has just been the best whole rounded program that I've really transformed in every aspect of my life. So I'm super excited. I'm going to talk more with you guys, but I don't want to go on forever, even though I could. So I'm going to let Nicole Jones hop on and talk to you guys some more.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you, Jenna. That was awesome. So my name is Nicole L Jones, and I have been a coach for 7 years. I'm from Massachusetts, so you might hear a little Boston slang come out here and there. really, really excited. I've been a coach for 7 years. I'm a 3-time elite coach, lots of accolades. Not going to share all those, but I want to share that piece to tell you that there's no rhyme or reason how you get chosen for a test group. So you will just someday get chosen for a coach test group. And let me tell you that it will be at the exact time that you need it. Like I said, I started my journey with P90X 7 years ago. And there's been, I've done lots of programs over the years. I had great results. This time, I was given the opportunity to be in this coach test group at a really time in my life that I needed it. I had just lost my Nana last December, and she was one of the most important people in my life. So I had a really hard time last year, and she was going downhill before that. So I had gained a lot of weight, and I'm only 4'11", so I don't have room to gain a lot of weight. So whenever I was chosen, I was just super excited. It was exactly what I needed, and I was terrified. I saw the trailer at wherever we were. I don't even know, wherever they introduced. We saw the trailer for it, and I was so scared. I had knee surgery a couple years ago, and ever since then, I haven't jumped in any of our fitness programs for 3 years. My surgeon told me, you had knee surgery, but you're good to go 100%. Just go for it. You're fine. I'm like, are you sure? I was really, really nervous. But the very first video, which you guys got a glimpse of twice, Chris says, what's the shop rule? Try before you modify. So I was like, okay. And so I did in that first workout, and I haven't modified. I modify when I'm about to pass out, but I don't modify because of the jumping. I modify because I just can't move anymore. And we are on week 9, and honestly, I haven't really modified, like I said, unless I absolutely needed it. This is the first program that I have used Energize and Recovery the entire time, and I believe that made all the difference. I've been drinking Shakeology for lunch for 7 years, so that never goes away. That is something you just need sometimes twice a day, especially on the lower yellow weeks. But Energize, right before just a little tip for some of you who don't like the tingling feeling with the Energize. It's super normal, but I don't like it. I'm like, oh my God, my ears are burning. What is happening? So I start drinking it, and then I start working out, and then I'm still sipping it while I'm working out. So I don't use hydrate because I'm still drinking my Energize. And then I have my recovery every day after that. And I feel that helped me bring it every day for my workout. I wasn't sore. So I wasn't crawling around that next day for my workout. And the Energize just gave me that energy to do cardio that I despise. Cardio is not my friend, but actually this Shift Shop cardio is amazing. I like cardio. I shared a snippet of the video today, just doing that speed 45. And I'm so much faster and stronger than I was 9 weeks ago. It's crazy to me. I turned 41 somewhere in the test group time. I am a mom of 2. The girls are 7 and 11. I have PCOS, so I've struggled with this weight gain. I'm back on the pill, and so I gained 8 pounds in 2 weeks. I'm like, what is happening? So I felt like I was trying everything, but I wasn't getting anywhere. So this program totally just changed everything for me. The meal plan, I actually compare the meal plan because they give you sample menus, kind of like the Ultimate Reset. So I loved the piece of the Ultimate Reset where it was like, this is exactly what you're going to eat every day. This is what you get with this. And I loved that. This is your menu. This is what you're going to eat. Of course, you can swap some things out. I know people had questions if they're vegan or vegetarian. Yes, you can totally tailor that to however you eat, absolutely. But that was just huge for me to just be able to print out the meal plan and be like, okay, this is what I'm eating every day. That's what made it so, so simple for me. Real quick, the personal shift that I felt in my mindset. I shared this a lot on my social media today because it was huge, and I want you guys to hear this piece. So this is going to be, you've heard that this is a personal development type program too. So this doesn't count for your personal development. You still need to read every day and get that fuel in. But this is going to be a piece of it. But the mental shift that I felt with this program was just by far nothing that I've ever experienced in any of our fitness programs. And here's the thing. I focused on the journey. I didn't focus on the results. So I've only lost 7.8 pounds and we're coming up on 9 weeks. And if that was all I was focusing on, I would think that I failed, right? I didn't fail. I have succeeded far beyond I could have ever imagined in any program. And so I want you to think about that when you start this program. Please, I have to lose 10 pounds. I have to lose 15 pounds. No, you don't. You need to enjoy the journey. You need to focus on the journey. You need to focus on the changes that you're feeling. You know, as we're just such a country of instant gratification and we just want so much so quickly and then we give up. So let's not do that with this program. Let's just all agree that you're going to just go out there every day and you're going to get better. When you do speed 25 on day 1, you're going to be faster on day 6 when you do speed 25 again, or day 5. So just make sure that that's what you're doing. Make sure you journal every day when you're done doing your workout. Like, how did that feel? What did you accomplish? Was it a great day? Post about it on social media. Whatever you need to do, whatever outlet you need to get that out, I think is going to make all the difference in the world, because you're going to focus on the journey and not the results. So thank you guys. I can't wait for you to all experience this next week. It's going to be amazing. All right. So next up, we have Danielle Jakubowski.
You got it, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm super pumped to be here. So my name's Danielle, for those of you guys that don't know me, and I'm going to speak to the busy person. So I'm in Atlanta, and during the course of these last 2 to 3 rounds all of us have been doing with the Shift Shop, I've been at weddings. I've been to the beach for Memorial Day. I've been on a construction site in Tampa. I've been on top of Federal Hill. And I think the best part about this whole experience, especially with Beachbody, is you can take your workout anywhere. So my rooftop, like I said, top of Federal Hill, on the beach. I was in the gym with a bride the day of her wedding, working her out. You literally can make this work however your life fits. And I think that that's what you're going to hear more and more tonight, that all of us have different backgrounds, we have different struggles, but you can make it work no matter what your time frame wants, if you want to put in the effort and commit to it. So I'm not going to lie, when I opened up this program, I was down for the fitness. I'm a total football lover. And for those of you guys that don't know, the trainer, Chris Downing, trains football players, NFL players, all that fun stuff. But the nutrition, I kind of freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to juggle all of these things, you know, weddings and parties and all that stuff? I feel like every single one of my friends is getting married these days. But it was deeper than that. And I think that what Nicole kind of touched on is that the mental commitment you make to yourself and you make to your group is what's going to take you far in this. Because when I first looked at the Shift Shop, I was like, all right, I can do 21 days. Like, I can commit to that, hand in my results, and I'll be done. But what happened is I saw crazy results in my body. I'm a pretty curvy girl. And so my body shows when I don't really eat right. And so I'll go 3, 4, 5 days, eat really well, and then, you know, let the weekend slide, which a lot of my challengers do as well. But if you give this program your all, your 110% commitment, you know, lay off the drinks for the summer, everybody can do it for 3 weeks, and really see what you're capable of. I lost 5 pounds, which again, not that much, but I lost 15.5 inches with this program. And for me, that was a game changer in my summer clothes. Like, to put on your shorts and just feel, holy crap, like these fit. Sorry if there's kids. But I think that this program is really adaptable for any fitness level, any body type. You'll definitely hear that. But for me, it was shifting the way I thought about myself and the way that I saw myself in the mirror. Because like I said, fitness has always been a big part of my life. I'm actually a group fitness instructor. But this program changed the way that I looked at fitness and the potential that I had to bust through those plateaus and really go full force for my results. So I think we'll keep it on track, and I will introduce Erin Shu, who's next, and I can't wait to see you guys shift it.
Hey guys, thanks Danielle. I am Erin, and I'm a mom of 4, 2 of those being special needs kids, so we're go, go, go nonstop. So for me, when I started this, I was in a really dark place in my life. My dad passed away in December of conditions all relating to obesity at 59 years old. So I was basically on autopilot. I was drinking my Shakeology every day. I was working out, and I was on track with my nutrition until about 3 o'clock. And then we would leave for a kids activity and we'd go through drive-through. And, you know, I was slowly like gaining weight during this grieving process. And then at Super Saturday, I see the video and I sit there, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And I was excited about the program. I'm like, yeah, I'll probably try that. And then I got home and found out, I got this email, and it was like, couldn't believe my eyes. I just like read it like 4 times and took a picture of it, sent it to my coach, and I'm like, Danielle, what's going on? And she, you know, and I was freaked out. But it came, just as somebody else said, it came at the perfect time in my life. I needed this test group. I needed Shift Shop. And I learned so much about myself during this whole program. I learned my daughter has celiac disease, and I was always making multiple meals for her and for the whole family. And I learned we all can eat grain-free and survive. And we've all gotten better, you know, as far as everything. And we have Taco Tuesday and still have that on Shift Shop and still have that with a celiac kiddo. I learned that I don't struggle with my nutrition. I struggle with loving myself. I said to Chris, Chris, I'm struggling with my nutrition. And he's like, no, Erin, you're struggling with loving yourself. And I just, for about 5 days, sat and thought about that and was like, that is so true and so right, that we need to love ourselves first so we can give to others. Throughout like all those amazing things that happen mentally through Shift Shop, I lost 14 pounds and 31 inches. Like the inches were insane to me. And a lot of people ask how my day goes with 4 kids and a really busy life, having it from a teenager all the way to 5. Basically, I get up before they get up and get my workout in. I drink my Energize. I get my workout in before they're up and drink my Recover. Then they're usually up and running around, do some things with them, get my Shakeology in, and then, you know, go about my day. I do prep food, but some days they've ate the prep food, so I have to chop something else up. And then that's just how my day goes, and it's busy and it's crazy, but it also shows that anybody can fit this and make themselves a priority and really love themselves. So next up is Sarah and Mark.
Hi, everybody. Sarah Lenore here, and this is my husband, Mark, and we're really excited to tell you a little bit about our experience. We've never been in a test group before either, and we were quite shocked to both be invited to this test group. One, because we're both athletes, I guess, in our past lives. I was a college soccer player, and Mark played baseball, wrestling, all that fun stuff. And so being athletes, this program really, we were attracted to it in that it had a lot of the sports agility and strength training combined into one. But we were also in a fitness rut. So it came at the perfect time when we got that email that invited us to join together, because we had been doing we'd done all the programs in the library, of the Beachbody library that we had. We had started hybriding programs together to kind of make up our own schedules. We were getting bored. And part of that is just because I come off my postpartum journey. We just had a baby who's now a year old. We started this when we were 10 months postpartum.
Right.
Yeah. So I say we because he gained the pregnancy weight with me. So it came at a perfect time because we needed that change. We needed that shift. There's a pun on words for you. In our fitness to kind of take us to that next level. We didn't come into this looking to really lose a lot of weight. It was more probably a mental shift, but also on the physical side, just to tone back up, to get our bodies back to where we knew they could be, because we were pretty athletic and we came into this with, a transformation that probably wasn't going to happen and show much physically. So I want to let you talk about, that part of it.
Yeah. So Sarah was on a postpartum journey 10 months after we had our second child, and struggled to kind of get back on the horse, so to speak, after having that baby. I say that baby, our son. But I've had some back problems, despite being really physical my whole life and going through the entire Beachbody library. The last couple of years, I've struggled with some lower back problems. I know most people out there have some degree of lower back problems, but mine were pretty debilitating, pretty plaguing. They affected everyday life. And the day Sarah told me that we were selected for the test group, I was excited, but I was very nervous. In fact, I wasn't sure that I was even going to be able to get on board and do it. But I did it and started with the modifier. I physically was strong enough and in decent enough shape to probably get through the non-modified stuff. But my back wouldn't allow it. So I was trying to be conservative, and I did all the modifiers. And by about the second or third week, I was doing the full program, and it was a surprise to me. But after 3 weeks, my back felt better than it did going into it, when all the other programs I had done over the last year and all the fitness I had been trying to sort of work around the things that bother my back. This one, I just went all in and I did it just like Chris asked us to. And I came out the other end feeling better. And I'm very happy to say that my back is in the best shape it's been in probably 2 or 3 years. So,
and you still got amazing results.
I did,
following the modifier. And I think that's the thing that's discounted in this program, is that the modifier still works their butt off. I had to modify some of the moves being, in my postpartum journey, and I don't modify much. And I mean, it's a tough program, but the modifier does get their butts handed to them. And, Chris, the way he has it set up, where you ramp up each week, you go at your own pace. And I think that was the biggest thing that attracted us, is that you don't have to keep up with the trainer.
Right.
You can.
One of the things that I really enjoy about this particular program is that there's no rep counts. All the other programs, I shouldn't say all, but most all programs out there in our library have rep counts. You're trying to keep up with the trainer's repetitions. Beast does 15, 12, 8, and all the other programs have some sort of count you're trying to maintain. And this program doesn't do that at all.
Just keep up with you.
It's really, he gives you a period of time, and you're doing a particular move for that period of time. And whether you get 2 or 3 reps in that period of time, or whether you get 15, he really wants you to focus on the form and quality over quantity. And that allowed me to really focus on that instead of trying to keep up with the trainer and therefore sacrifice form and potentially hurt my back. So, yeah.
And as a breastfeeding mom, I really enjoyed the performance line as well. Being able to call it my go-go juice, my Energize, being able to sip on that, in the mornings or in the afternoons or even in the evenings if I didn't get my workout in. You definitely need that pep in your step for these workouts, especially in the 45-minute workouts.
And 50.
And 50, true. So anyways, we had a great experience. I think the best part for us was the partnership and holding each other accountable. So grab your spouse and get excited about making the shift together. So next we wanted to introduce Natalie Bailey.
Hey guys. Okay, can you guys hear me? Perfect. Okay. Hey guys, I'm Natalie Bailey. Excited to share with you. I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to try to dive in as quick as possible. I think the common thing here that you're going to hear from everybody is needed this, right? We all get to a point in our life where we feel like, we lose inspiration or we lose motivation or we can't get back on track. And I'm going to jump on that bandwagon and say that I was there. I'm a postpartum mom. I was on my journey. I was in the best shape of my life before I had my daughter, and then gaining 52 pounds through my pregnancy, and then going on this postpartum journey. It was just that. It was a journey. And dealing with becoming a new mom and all of that, having an at-home business and being a mom and gearing up for my husband to leave for his first deployment, it was definitely something where I was losing motivation and inspiration within myself. And, I was committed to my workout and drinking Shakeology every day, but I wasn't, committed to the eating. I was stress eating, just like so many of us do when life just feels like it's out of our control. So to get that email was such an honor. And one thing that I hope that can inspire you guys tonight is I don't want you to feel like you need to be in a test group to get amazing results. I want you to know that if you use this program like we use this program, and use this program with knowing that the people that you are involved with or you are grouped with in your challenge groups, let them become your family, let them in. This program can change your life just like it changed our lives. And that's exactly what it did for me. I felt super honored. I felt super pumped. This wasn't hard for me to commit. I love fitness. I was up for the eating challenge. I was up, for Chris Downing, who I was super intimidated by at first, but he's incredible. And here I am, my first 7 days in my program. Like I said, my husband had been gone for a month and a half at this point. I'm single mom in it. I'm just doing the best that I can. I'm getting up at 5 a.m. every day, drinking my Energize, pressing play to these workouts and just trying to get through them. And I'm getting through them. I'm sore, I'm aching, I'm dealing with all of the changes of building those habits of healthy eating again. And with that, I started to find myself. I started to find that challenge and I started to get really excited. The first 7 days taking those pictures and submitting those, I couldn't believe the changes that I had seen already in my body. And the second week, something happened, and personally in my life, that completely had the opportunity to derail me. And just to give you like a really quick story, my daughter, my baby, was actually attacked by our dog and rushed in an ambulance to the hospital. And it was the most horrific experience of my entire life. To soon find out 10 days later that we were going to have to put our dog to sleep, to find out 3 days later that she was suffering severely from a late stage of cancer. So as you can tell, I had every single reason to shut off and hide and run away. And in the beginning of the program, you're going to learn in the first week, like Chris's words he just speaks to you. And I remember in the first week kind of hearing him talk about our agility markers. And he was saying, I want you to slap these markers for a purpose. And I was just kind of going through the motions. I'm like, all right, I'll slap that marker, whatever. And I was seeing people in the test group were really living those words, and they were using permanent marker and writing their inspiration on these markers that was going to get them from point A to point B. And, again, I was going through the motions. And in that moment, when I walk in my gym on the next day, when I get home from the hospital with my daughter and I'm expected to do this workout, and I'm standing in the middle and I have a three dot triangle around me, and I'm literally looking at that marker going, how am I going to get from point A to point B? And it was in that moment that I realized the mental shift that I was starting to make, because every time I tapped that marker, I was tapping that marker for my daughter. I was tapping that marker for my family. I was tapping that marker for the opportunity to overcome adversity. And Chris speaks so much in this program, guys, about overcoming adversity and what are you made of when things get tough. So as much as this is a physical program and as much as you're going to see amazing results, you have the opportunity to change your life. You have the opportunity to see what you are capable of and what you're made of, and to know that there's so many people every day that go through way worse things than I do, but we have a choice and we have an opportunity. And this program just helped me realize the biggest opportunity that I have, and that is to live my life to the fullest, to be the healthiest, most present, best mom and wife that there can be. And I just want to thank my Shift Shop family, because without their support, guys, without this challenge group, without the challenge groups that you'll be involved in, I wouldn't have made it. Without Chris Downing being so generous, I wouldn't have made it. So Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys so much. And I just really hope that, as you make the shift, you guys really allow yourself to just dive into this program 100%, mentally, physically, emotionally. That's all I got. So next, I'm introducing Miss Rebecca. You're up.
All right. Hey, guys. What a show to follow. Thanks, Natalie. Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure I'm on. Give me a thumbs up, some of my peeps. All right, thanks. So I've been a coach for a couple years, and my first year I lost 50 pounds after having my second child. I was severely stuck, and like everybody in this so far has said, this came at the perfect moment for me. I was suffering from almost debilitating anxiety, and I still had about 50 to 60 pounds to lose to get to a healthy weight. And so I was losing and gaining the same 10 pounds this last year. So when this email came, I cried. I had so much fear. I had so much anxiety, but I said, this is the time for me to show that I am the product of this company, that I can be something more than I thought I could be. It was time for me to get out of my comfort zone. It was time for me to show that I truly was an athlete, even though I didn't look like an athlete. So I was allowing that comfort zone to just hold on to that 50 pounds. And so that first week I said, I'm all in. I wasn't going to modify any longer. I wasn't going to drink. I wasn't going to cheat. I wasn't going to lie about the binge eating that was happening whenever I got stressed. And I was going to be fully open and vulnerable about this journey. I had so many excuses to say no to this. I had vacations already planned, birthdays, Mother's Day, grad parties, and I was a seriously busy mom of 2 kids and a Girl Scout leader. I could have easily said that I can't do that. But like I said, it came at the perfect moment. Within the first 6 weeks, I learned to love myself fully. It's the hardest part, but the easiest and most simple step to make when we're losing weight. I've lost 20 pounds so far in the 9 weeks that we are in this test group, and over 25 inches throughout my body now. I've lost almost 2 pant sizes. I can't even explain the transformation that's gone from all the excuses to all the reasons that this program is for any body style. You can modify it. You can push it as hard as possible, but there's no reason why, in my opinion, that there's no reason you can't do this. When I started, I always drank Energize. It was definitely my mommy go juice, like I heard earlier. I can't drink coffee as much as I want to because I have severe IBS. And so Energize and Shakeology have really transformed my inside of my body. I can push myself through workouts. And so to get myself amped up for a workout that I was scared about, I would turn on some crazy music. I would have a dance party, drink my Energize, and I would push myself as hard as I possibly could through the workouts and listen to Chris's words and really take what he had to say for everything. It was time for me to serve my family the way I was meant to serve my family. And by doing these workouts every day, the hardest ones, when we had to go for 45 minutes to 50 minutes, I thought I was going to die. And I said, I'm not going to let that happen. I am here to do my best and to show that I am capable. And this program, I can't, everybody said it, like it's life-changing for me. We all kind of joke about how we're shifters for life, and that's totally me. The meal plan was scary when I said, oh my gosh, no carbs, like how do I even live like that? It was simple. It was the easiest transition for me to make. When it was grain-free and the way that it made me feel, I felt so much more energy when we were off carbs. And then the meal plan, like to have it just written out for me as a busy mom with all of the things on my plate, I said, yes, that's the best way to live, when someone can just give me what to eat and I can go shop for it. And then I just doubled the meal plan and served it to my family. And we saved money, we saved time, and everybody ate healthy and everybody had more energy. One thing that I found, my daughter's going kind of through the early adolescence, and changing our diets and drinking Shakeology has changed her life. She's better, she's healthier. My husband's healthier, and overall it's life-changing just for my family. For me to have the energy, for me to be no longer suffering from panic attacks because I finally believe in myself, no longer suffering from IBS, so I'm afraid to go out anymore. This program has changed me in so many ways. And to finally believe in myself through jumping from target to target, that's all it did. Like every time I jumped, I found more faith in myself. So our next speaker is Craig, and thanks.
What's happening, guys? Jesus Christ, let's liven this the fuck up. Let's talk about the elephant in the room here, just so that you guys know. Those coaches that are looking at this program and seeing these results that we're getting, and you guys think that you're going to get those results. I did that same shit with Core de Force, and you know what? I did Core de Force for 30 days and I lost 2 pounds. 2 pounds I lost. And you want to know why I lost 2 pounds? Because I didn't follow the meal plan the way that it was specified. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I just did Shift Shop for 8.5 weeks. 8.5 weeks I did Shift Shop and I've lost 31 pounds. 31 pounds. I'm just one more time, 31 pounds. The reason that happened was because I followed the meal plan. The meal plan is it's extremely easy to follow. Everybody's been talking about the meal plan tonight. I just want you to know that, honestly, I didn't even eat yellows the entire time. You're allowed to have them. Something that I learned by talking to the nutritionist inside of the test group, which I had the benefit of doing, is you need carbs, and carbs are on the plan. You're just eating carbs in a different form. Veggies are carbs. Fruit are carbs. Everything that you eat has carbs in it. So those yellows, get them out of your head. Just get it. Don't even worry about that, okay? Being in this test group totally broke me down emotionally. There were times where I legitimately laid on my floor at 4 a.m. because I'm a single parent, and when I work out, that's 4 a.m. I get up every morning, I work out before I go to work, before I bring kids to school. I have 2 boys, they're 11 and 5. And for those of you that don't know me, this is not my first program, okay? I've been doing this since December 1st, 2015. I've lost 126 pounds with Beachbody programs and their supplements. I drink Shakeology every single day. I did the performance line during Body Beast. I did the performance line during this. I think those 2 programs, I needed the performance line the most. I found that Recover really helped me after workouts to make sure that I wasn't sore, because you're going to work yourself. And I can probably speak for everybody on this call and everybody in that group. We worked hard. I promise you that we worked hard during this. And the fact of the matter is we had a lot of people watching us. Imagine when you do your challenge group coming up, whether you started on the 17th or you started on the 24th, whenever it is that you're starting your challenge group, I want you to pretend that everybody's watching you. I want you to do a before picture. I want you to take your measurements. I want you to treat this like you're in the test group with us. If you're in a challenge group with us, know that we're rooting for you. We believe in you, and we know that you can do it because we did it too. This program, this meal plan, this whole experience has been amazing for me. The fact that I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. The fact that it's coming to an end right now is surreal for me, because these people on this call and everybody in this group have become family to me. For 9 weeks almost have been my family. Okay? There were days where I didn't have it in me, and they were posting. They were posting and they were ready to go. So we believe in you, and you should believe in yourself. I'm going to hand it over to my boy David McLean, and he's going to tell you some more.
What's up, party people? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Somebody give me a thumbs up. Can we see? All right. So I knew Craig was going to start off with an F-bomb, so I figured I'd be the one to follow him, right? Y'all know me. I don't have very much of a filter either. One of the things that I loved about this program the most was, from a personal and probably a selfish standpoint, was that it called me on my shit. This is a program that's going to call you on your shit, no matter what it is. Whether you're struggling with nutrition, whether you're struggling with working out, whether you're struggling with doing something 7 days a week, whether you're struggling with drinking, whether you're struggling with binge eating, whatever it is, it's going to call you on your shit. That's so important. Any of you Beachbody coaches on here, anybody who wants to inspire anybody in your life, you got to be called out every once in a while. I'm somebody who, I was a former Division I athlete. My entire life, from the time I was a baby to the time that I graduated college, there were people telling me what I had to do to be in shape, people telling me what I had to do to eat well, people telling me how to live that life. And when I left college football, when I left that life, there was nobody telling me what to do anymore. So what did I do? I stopped doing those things, right? And because of it, I ended up gaining 160, 170 pounds out of college. And you know, when I was introduced to Beachbody, it was an awesome opportunity to lose weight. Ended up losing 160 pounds, winning $2,500 with the Beachbody Challenge. All of these things that people want to do and people try to do with Beachbody, I did those things. I was a member of the Market Council. I was, you know, treated like a king at Summit, like as one of the finalists for the Beachbody Challenge. All of these things. And then after that ended, I gave up on myself again. And now that sounds sad, right? But what I ended up doing was I ended up focusing on other people, other people's transformations, my challengers, my coaches, those types of people. And I stopped focusing on myself. And in the course of under a year, I gained around 70 pounds. I didn't know that. I didn't look at myself. I never weighed myself. I wasn't paying attention to myself. Sure, I was working out. Something that a lot of people have said. Sure, I was working out, but I wasn't following any type of nutrition plan. I became a craft beer fan. And craft beer is full of sugar, gluten, grains, all the stuff that it's literally the anti-shift shop. And so I ended up gaining this weight slowly but surely, but I gained it. And I was standing on stage at Philly Super Saturday in front of 800 people, introducing all of these fit people, and our photographer was taking pictures. And I looked at those pictures of myself, and it was like, everybody talks about how the perfect timing thing, but like, I'm looking at these pictures of myself and I'm like, what the hell happened to this guy? This guy was somebody who was standing, who could have been standing on stage for the Beachbody Challenge. And now he looks like that. And just like that, the email comes in from Jeff Mathewson of corporate. He just, Facebook message, he goes, check your email. I'm like, okay. So I checked my email and sure enough, there it was. And so what resonated with me about the Shift Shop, like I said, was the second you walked in there, it's no nonsense, man. This is a program that if you're somebody who is casual about your fitness and casual about your nutrition, do not do Shift Shop. Just don't do it. I may be the only person on this call to tell you that. If you're casual about your fitness and if you're just casual about your nutrition, don't do this freaking program because it's not for you. This program is for the people who are in my shoes that realize I'm not where I want to be. You know, I've spent so long trying to, even if you're somebody that's spent your entire life trying to help other people and not helping yourself, let me tell you something. People do that and they say they're selfish. They say they're selfish if they start taking care of themselves. You know what the most selfish thing you could do? The most selfish thing you could do is take care of other people, try to take care of other people, and only give them like 50% of who you are. And that's what I was doing. And guess what was happening? My business as a Beachbody coach was failing. Everybody knew that I didn't look the way I did before. And everybody knew that I wasn't doing what I was preaching. I wasn't practicing what I was preaching. Here's the thing. And here's what Shift Shop taught me. The world will sympathize with your excuses. The world, your Facebook timeline will sympathize with the fact that you're doing other things and you're not, and your focus is on other places, and and every excuse you put up there, no matter what your circumstances are, no matter how bad, sometimes they are bad, the world will sympathize with that stuff. You know who won't? You know what won't? Your health and your fitness. So no matter what I was doing, no matter how good my intentions were, my health and my fitness were like, sorry, bro, if you're not putting good food in your body and if you're not working out, you're going to get fat. And that's what's going to happen. And you're going to die because of it. I had a doctor tell me once I wasn't going to see 30. Thankfully, next week is my 31st birthday. But this year of 30 that I wasn't supposed to see, thank God for the Shift Shop test group, because had I not ended this last year with that, it would have been one of the worst years of my journey, for sure. And Shift Shop turned that around because it proved to me what is possible with me. When I started Shift Shop, I was 367 pounds. Let that resonate with you people, because there are going to be people that are like, I'm not in shape, I'm too fat, I weigh too much, all this stuff. I was 367 pounds, regardless if I was an athlete before, regardless of what I did before. Those are just plaques on the wall. That's not where I am. That's not where I was when I started this. I was a 360-pound overweight dude. And I was killing myself with food. Shift Shop turned that around. It gave me purpose. I now speak to people who are over 300 pounds, and I am so confident in saying, hey, I don't care how much you weigh. You start this program, you can do it. It's really easy to live, and I'll speak directly to Beachbody coaches on here. It's really easy to live off your best before and after picture. Now's the time to stop doing that. Now's the time to stop living off your best before and after picture. Because you know what that is? That's bullshit. And you know what Shift Shop does? It'll call you on your bullshit. Create a new before and after picture. I'm so happy to have a new before and after picture. I'm not sharing the old ones anymore because of this journey and because of what I experienced in this just incredible opportunity that we've had. I believe Craig said it. Treat this as if the world is watching, because you have an opportunity to prove to the world what's possible. Right now, I promise you, you may never meet this person, but there's somebody watching you right now that knows that you're starting Shift Shop, or on that day one when you do start Shift Shop, there's somebody watching you in that moment. Like I said, you may never meet them, but what happens to you in this Shift Shop journey is what's going to fuel them to make their next move. Is that enough of a reason to kick ass in this program? Is that enough of a reason to change your life with this program? One person. I have one challenger. I have somebody that's not even a challenger that I work with that has told me, what you did gave me a tomorrow, gave me hope for a better tomorrow. Because where you were when you started is where I am right now. And now I know that there's hope for a better tomorrow. Regardless of my weight loss, regardless of what happened, the person I became because of Shift Shop is what gave them a hope for a better tomorrow. Is that enough? Decide that, coaches, decide that, challengers, whoever it is. I don't care if you do this for a living or not. What you do with this program, somebody's watching, and their next move is based on where you go with it. So it's up to you. And I promise you, if for nothing else, this is the program to do it more than any other program in this catalog. This is the program that's going to do it, because I've said it before and I'll say it again, and I'll end with this. Shift Shop, the workouts or the meal plan is probably the most focused meal plan outside of the Ultimate Reset. And the workouts are the most challenging workouts, second to none. But you can do it, and we can all do it. There are people that aren't on this call right now. There are people that are on this call right now that are exactly where you are, or were exactly where you are right now when they started this journey. Use them, use us, become better, find purpose, and do this for more than yourself. You've given up on yourself enough. Don't worry about doing it for yourself. Do it for those people that need your example. So that's all I got. I'm going to pass it over. All right, this is funny. This is one of my favorite people, because she always does this at the beginning of her videos. She does this, and she does like a little dance. So Mandy Gully, go ahead. You're up.
Hi. Oh, thanks for the fun introduction. I have to say, I've been listening to everyone's comments, and they're all saying, like, I was really athletic in school, and I love seeing all this athleticism come back into my life. I am not athletic at all. I am the klutziest klutz of Klutzville, and that's why my videos are more funny because I'm probably my form's probably not perfect. I'm a modifier. I'm the girl who's been up and down 60 pounds in her life at least 5 times. I gained 80 pounds with my twins. Thank goodness they were huge, big twins, 7'14", 6'5". I was 5 feet around when I had my twins. So they're now 6.5, but I've gone up and down, and we had a rough 2015. And so I was going up because I'm an emotional eater. So just like everyone else said, like this came right at the right time. I was frustrated with myself. I've been on the 21-day fixed diet plan for 3 years, and I was calling it in. Like every day I'd start it, and I needed a new program. And this is exactly what I was wanting. I was like, oh, I hope Beachbody does the diet just a little bit different because I need that structure in my life. And they gave this program. And when I found out that I got to be in the test group, I have no idea how I got chosen, but I was the most excited girl ever. And then I found out the dates. I was like, oh no, it was Mother's Day, my 38th birthday, a grand opening with open bar and the most delicious treats in the entire world. We had my dad's 60th birthday party all within 6 days. And I'm on the Shift Shop test group. It was like, well, I cannot turn this opportunity down, and I'm not going to have birthday cake on my birthday. Like that, killed me. I was like, this is the first year of my whole entire life not to do that. And I would never tell anyone to do that, but I wanted to make the shift mentally and see that I could do that, and I did it. And it was fine. I got through it. And I rocked these workouts. I did Max 30 completely modified, and I did a lot of programs completely modified. I am the girl who's always told people, like, just modify, it's fine. This program I did mostly unmodified because Chris got in my head, like, you can do it, just try it. And I rocked it. I mean, I'm not going to say I did all of it unmodified. When I got tired or my knee hurt or, I did go to the modifier, but I gave it my all and tried so hard. And I got these awesome results. And then I just want to say, like, I've always used the performance line has been talked about a lot in this. And I am a carboholic. I am a known couch potato. And so the giving up some carbs and sweets, I was a little like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Can I do this? Like, I'm going to be cranky. I'm going to have mood swings. Like, my husband and my kids are going to be hating on me. But no, it was fine. It was fine. But I think the performance line helped get me through that as well, because that Orange Recover, it tastes like a dreamsicle. So I knew every single day after my workout, I got this delicious treat. And then I also drink the Energize every morning, the Hydrate starting after week 2. And then at night, I drank the Vanilla Recharge, because this is the first program. Most programs I've done most of them. The first week I'm so sore, and then it goes away. This program, every single day I'm sore. So I drank that Vanilla Recharge every single night. And I woke up feeling better, rocked my workout, and then sore again. And I couldn't understand why my legs were so sore, but I lost 2.5 inches on each thigh, and like the dimples went away. I mean, they're not totally away, but like, wow, can't believe it, because I'm the person who likes to wear capris, and I'm wearing some shorts, and I'm starting to get rid of my skirt for the bathing suit and feeling more comfortable in my own skin. And here I am, the girl at 22 who was so sad about life, and here I am at 38, more confident than ever, and proud to rock. Like, I posted myself in a bikini on Facebook, like, who does that? Like, not me at all. I am the girl who likes to cover up, and I tell everyone, rock that suit that makes you feel comfortable. But I did it, and it's because I only lost 6 pounds, and that scale was so frustrating. And then I got out those measurements, and I lost 27 inches. Like, what? Where did that go? So apparently, toss that scale, girls. Do not let that be your measurement on your life. And it's how your clothes fit and your inches. And I got these muscle things going on. I got muscle things in my legs. I didn't even know that happened. And I just feel amazing. So if you're ready to mentally make a shift, if you need something in your life, shift with me. All right. So that's enough about me. Let's hear from Mark.
Hey guys, how you doing? Mark Canella here, live from Las Vegas, Nevada, 120 something degrees. I don't know. I ain't going outside. Anyway, they wanted us to do the workout outside. Not gonna happen. Anyway, so check it out, guys. I am 55 years old. I was chosen to be in this test group. So I'm talking to the 50 plus guys, but I feel like I'm 20. Seriously, I act 10, so forgive me. But here's the deal, guys. Shift Shop. This is the bomb program. I want to tell you guys, I have been a coach 8 years. Started out with P90X. Lost 42 pounds, 6 inches off my waist. My body fat went down to 14%. 9 years ago, a year later, I became a coach, okay? So check it out. I've done all the programs since. Followed them a little bit, followed not, never really followed the meal plan to the T. And then all of a sudden, I got picked for 21 Day Fix Extreme. For that test group, I started really dialing into nutrition. Started really understanding it's all about nutrition. Did that 3 years. And then I kind of was stuck at 160 and started going up to 163, whatever. So I too was ready for a change. I like the 21 Day Fix Extreme, half hour, get it done, go. I'm busy. I got stuff to do. When I was chosen to do this program, I wanted to follow this to the T. I was very excited and I was ready for a change. This meal plan, guys, is amazing. It's so easy to meal prep. You're eating turkey, fish. You're eating red meat if you want. I don't eat red meat, my choice. I don't have any illnesses or ailments or whatever. My choice. But meal prepping takes very limited time and you're good for the whole week. The workout programs are pretty cool. 25 minutes the first week. I like that. 35 minutes the second week. Digging it. And then 45 minutes. That was a mental shift for me, going from 30 minutes for 3 years all the way up to 45 minutes a day. But let me tell you something. I started seeing some results, guys, that were crazy. I started out this program at 162.5, I think, and I ended up officially 155.3 or so. I can't remember, something like that. But to this day, I lost 10 pounds. 9 weeks, 10 pounds. Do you know that people go to the gym and don't lose 10 pounds in 10 years? I was that guy. I was 230 pounds most of my life. I'm from Chicago originally. I eat pizza for breakfast. I live next to a Riot. Double cheeseburgers was my breakfast. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So guys, when you're dialing it all in and you start understanding later in life that it's all about nutrition, man, and you follow it to the T, my body got some stupid results. I mean, stupid, crazy results, and I am digging it. So it gets addicting, okay? It's a lifestyle. This becomes a lifestyle. Becoming a Beachbody coach is a lifestyle. Whether you're a challenger as a customer, it's a lifestyle. Whatever you want to do and however you want to do it in this Beachbody family is amazing. But having your spouse, like my wife did it with me, she's got some incredible results as well. I think she's down 8 or 9 pounds now, in inches off her waist and inches off her body. I've lost over 5 inches off my total body. My body fat is down to, I think, 12%. I mean, 55 years old, guys. Think about it. So this is good for everybody. Everybody can do this. You can modify if you want, like the other gentleman and women in here had said. You can use the modifiers. But guys, I want to tell you, it becomes a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. Shift Shop is a lifestyle. Chris Downing put together a program. It is so badass. It is like he's a football. I didn't know that, but he's a football conditioning kind of guy, and that's exactly how I started introducing or telling people about this program. It's like being in a football camp, and I love it because when I was younger, I couldn't do all that stuff. I was big. I was a big kid. I never was in football or anything. You know what I mean? So now later in life, kind of getting it together nutrition-wise and being part of the Beachbody family, this Shift Shop is absolutely incredible. And forget about the carbs and all that stuff. Everybody brings up the carbs. I haven't had a piece of bread in 9 weeks. I went on vacation, went to Washington, D.C. My son lives in Pittsburgh, and then we went to Washington, drove there. That whole time, I did not have a glass of wine. I did not have a piece of bread. And you know what? 9 weeks later, I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. And so even when we go out to dinner, guys, it's so simple to take this meal plan with you. I took a picture of it. I show the chef. hey guys, this is what I want for lunch. This is what I want for dinner. It doesn't matter what's on the menu anymore, guys. It's a new world. You know what I mean? You show a chef what you want, they'll make it. Were they going to kick you out, tell you to go next door? They'll make it. So here it goes. You just got to want it. You just got to want it in your head that you want to make the shift, that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of maybe how you look. You're sick and tired of maybe the program you're doing. You're not getting the results and you're just going through the motions. I don't know. Whatever it is for you, you make that mind shift that you're going to commit to this program for 3 weeks, 6 weeks, or 9 weeks. Some fell off at 3 weeks, no problem. It's lifestyle. It's whatever they want. Some stayed on for round 2. That 50-minute workout with a sandbag. I've never worked out with a sandbag before. Oh my God. 25-pound sandbag. What are those things called? Grass pickers. Kick my booty. But you want your booty kicked and you want results? This is the program for you, without a doubt. So remember, guys, going forward, we don't have to work out. We get to work out. So take that and put that in your mind shift. We get to work out. So 25 minutes a day, you know how fast 25 minutes goes by? You're on your scroll looking at freaking Facebook for 3 hours. 25 minutes goes by like that. 35, no problem. Round 2, round 3, dude. And then take it to the second round. This family right here as well, including my wife, has kept me so accountable. I didn't want to let not only myself down, but I didn't want to let you down. So I highly encourage you guys to get a challenge group going on the 17th, 24th, or whatever, and get that going and be very active in your challenge group. Just like all of us were here in this test group, we're all on different pay rates and we're all on different whatever, but we got to know each other like a family, and we don't want to let anybody in this family down. So I would take that mind shift also to your challenge groups after Summit. And when this gets released, I'm telling you what, amazing things are going to happen to you, your body, your mind, and everything else. And it's something that you could take on for a long time. So with that, guys, I want to pass this journey on to Melissa Pepitone. Take it away, Melissa.
Hey guys, could you hear me? Yes. I'm in New York City, so that's where I'm from. There's pizza and bagels and all the things that you want to eat right outside my door. Every corner, you smell it, it's there. And I am good still. And I just want to show you guys if you can see this picture, because you can't really. Boo. Okay, there you go. There you go. So you could see the transformation. This is not even a month, you guys. That was me before, and here I am now. I have never had abs like that in my life. I had 2 C-sections and was told many times, and they were 18 months apart, so I guess it never officially healed from the first one, and was told many times that you cannot get stomach muscles after that happens. So let me just tell you, when you go all in with Shift Shop, you can make things that were impossible happen. Guaranteed. I guarantee it. Any part of your body that you think you can't change, you can, and it will change if you do this. Something I learned during this process is I've gotten results before, never this quickly. I've felt really great about myself. It always took 90 days, never, ever 3 weeks. I lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks, you guys. 15 pounds. That's like, what? Crazy. But aside from that, because of the way Chris trains and the words he uses, I learned during this process that I thought I was going all in. Like, I truly did believe I was going all in my workouts before I started the Shift Shop, but I found out that I was nowhere near going as hard as I could until I got into this program. Like, when I hear people that are like, oh, I don't really sweat when I work out, I'm like, wait till you do Shift Shop, because there's no way, if you are not dripping from like your chin, your nose, and your eyelashes at once, like you did something wrong. Like, you should be drowning and blind. Like, seriously, like salty blind, like drowning in water after even your 25-minute workout. Because if you genuinely try before you modify, there's nothing, like, you should be dying. And because I tried before, there were moves that I was like, there's no, in every other program, I was like, I'm not, no way, I'm never even trying that like push up, jump, crazy maneuver. But because his words are in my head, I made myself try, and I was able to do it. I took note of all the weights that I did every workout, like how high I went for each workout. And every time I did that workout again, I made myself lift at least 2.5 pounds heavier each time. I have the select tech, so you can do that. I'm up to 30 pounds in a lot of moves. Before this program, 15 max with anything. So, I mean, you see, it's amazing to see how much your body changes in such a short time and how much stronger you get. But like to see it in the mirror, I mean, my body like started craving 45 and 50-minute workouts. And I feel like people now are like, you know, people that are us, you know, the old us are so afraid of doing something more than 30 minutes. But once you do this, you guys, you will like crave that feeling of pride when you're done. I look forward to that dripping sweat feeling every morning. And I get that way even not with cardio. Even with weights, I have like a see-through shirt. And it's amazing. So don't be afraid to go all in with this program because it really does. His words and his training and also don't let what I'm saying make you think you can't modify because modifying is totally okay. And one thing I loved about this that I know is going to help a lot of people is that Chris explains every single move and every single modification before the move starts. So you're never trying to catch up. You're never looking for the camera angle on the person that's modifying. You're never guessing what to do. This plan is laid out for you from A to Z, like what exactly you should be eating, Like there's no question about it. What exactly you should be with workouts doing. There's no guessing ever. And if you follow it, you are guaranteed success. I mean, if you looked at all of the people in here and all of our transformation pictures, there's not one that won't blow your mind. So get so excited because your lives are about to change, you guys. Like seriously, I've done all the programs. Like I've been a coach for 5 years. I'm elite, all that, blah, 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 you know, hoopla. Never has there been something better than this, ever. Plus, one other quick thing, and then I'm going to pass it. Sorry. Something that I really, really, really love about these workouts is that it's not repetitive. Like, it's not like you're bored of the workout where you want to kill yourself. Like some of the other programs where you only get 7 workouts and you're repeating the week after week after week after week. It's not like that. Like by the time you get back to that same week, you don't even remember the moves. Plus, you're like, wow, speed 25. By the time you get back to that again, you're like, you didn't realize you were building on them all along. And you're like, whoa, holy cow, I could do a push-up. That's like easy by the time you're doing push-up, jump, backflips, you know, in speed 50. So it becomes like amazing. So anyway, you're not going to get bored with this program. We've all been in it for 9 weeks and I'm still not one time do I dread pressing play. It's amazing and it's going to change your life. And now I'm going to go and introduce Ryan.
What is going on, everybody? Holy heck, I am fired up. Like I've been in this program for 9 weeks and I'm like, I can't wait to start this program. Like you guys fired me up again. My name is Ryan Berry. I'm on the East Coast of Canada in Halifax and I've been a coach for about 3 years. In that 3 years, I lost 80 pounds of fat and built 30 pounds of muscle back about a year ago. And then I decided, you know what? It's time to shift. It's time to change my mindset. I'm going to stop losing the fat. I'm going to start building muscle. So I was doing Body Beast and P90X3 on repeat. And I relaxed my nutrition tenfold because I was bulking. That's what I'd always tell people. Oh, Ryan, you're having pizza for lunch again today. Yeah, I'm bulking. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm building muscle. And that kind of resulted in me putting a little bit too much bulk in the midsection again. And a lot of the progress I had made when I won the Beachbody Challenge, I had kind of undone. I was building muscle, but I was building fat. So when I got the email, we want you in the test group for Shift Shop, I was like, absolutely. Like, this is what I need. Something to force me to lean back out. So day 1, loved it. Did the workouts. Man, this is fun. Day 2, oh, this is great. Day 3, I cut the end of my finger off. Like, not just a cut, like I cut the end of my finger off on a mandolin. It was disgusting. It was gross. And the first thing I thought of was, here, I'm going to share my screen. I'm a sherry type person. Oh, there we go. So if you can see that, that's me with my bandages. Day 3, cut my finger off. Day 4, didn't do the workout. I thought, I'm done. I'm toast. I'm out. It's over. I can't get results. I can't lift weights. I can't hold a dumbbell. I'm done. In 3 days, you guys, my mind shifted from, oh, I guess I'm done, to, no, you know what? There's a solution to this. And it's not until week 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 that you use the sandbags for the workouts. But I was like, I got the sandbag. I'll just start holding sandbags in my arms and doing the squats and lunges with that. And I'll just modify. And day one shift shop motto is try before you modify. And that's what I did. And because I tried before I modified, you can see over here, in 1 week, I had unbelievable friggin' results. In a week, with cutting the end of my finger off and modifying all the resistance moves. And I couldn't believe it. And that's when I realized this program, and Dave kind of nailed it on the head, this program is a bullshit sponge. It takes all the stuff you think you can't do, soaks it up, and takes it away from you. And you realize in days, you were capable of doing so much more. And then I did this along with my wife as well. After 2 rounds, I could not believe the transformation. And I want to share with you what I thought this was going to be a lean out program. And it wasn't a lean out program because I'm a super nerd and I graphed my progress. I actually graphed my weight loss every week, my muscle gains and my fat loss. So I actually plateaued from end of week 1 to the end of week 5. I only lost a pound in the middle 4 weeks of this program. But when I looked at my muscle gains and my fat loss, it was steady muscle gains, steady fat loss the whole time. All in all, I lost 20 pounds of fat, gained about 7 pounds of muscle from this program, and I couldn't have been happier. It was absolutely what I needed to suck up the bullshit excuse that I've been telling myself that I was bulking. And even though I was gaining muscle, yeah, I'm bulking. Okay, great, that's fine. But it was an excuse I was using to not try as hard. And the one thing I can say now is this is week 9. Chris told us week 9, dealer's choice. Do whatever length workout you want, 25, 35, 45, or 50. And me 9 weeks ago, I would have been like, oh, thank God, I can do 25-minute workouts again. Me today, I'm doing the 50-minute workouts with an extra ab routine in the week because I am so in love with where I am, where this program brought me, and what I have achieved that I can't wait to just keep going with it. And I can't wait to take 2 weeks off, do some yoga, and then jump right back in week 1, day 1 with the rest of my team. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And you guys are going to absolutely love it. And I could talk about everything else everyone else said. The performance line, absolutely use it every day. Shakeology, absolutely follow the meal plan. But it's all laid out so easy for you. You just follow it and you're going to fall in love and you're going to change your mindset. It's that freaking simple. So with that, I'm going to fire it over here to Melissa Hadley. Take it away.
Hey guys, how are you? Can you guys hear me? Yes, okay. So I am so honored to be part of such an amazing group of people. Working with the Shift Shop was awesome. I've been a coach for 5 years and I have always wanted to be in a test group. But this, like pretty much everybody has said, was the perfect time for me. I started my Beachbody journey, like I said, 5 years ago, and I was a year postpartum with my first son, and he's now 7 years old. And at the time, with Beachbody products and Shakeology, I had lost 75 pounds. I was in the best shape ever. And recently, I had another son, and we were blessed with him. He's 7 months old now, but when we started Shift Shop, he was 6 months old. I didn't gain nearly as much as I did. I gained half the weight that I gained with my first son, thanks to Beachbody products. And when I started the Shift Shop, it was just perfect timing because I was at a point in my postpartum journey where I was super depressed. I probably had some kind of postpartum depression that went undiagnosed because I was too prideful to admit it. I didn't know what I was going to do to get myself back in it, even though I had all the tools right there at my fingertips. I needed to make this mind shift and it took the Shift Shop to do that for me. I have multiple sclerosis, so I knew that I was going to have to do something soon before my MS started to rear its ugly head. I've always been fit, with Beachbody products, but before Beachbody, I wasn't. And I knew that if I didn't get off this slippery slope that I was on, it was going to be very ugly. And so I had to just get my bearings. And Chris and the test group totally helped me do that. I was one of those women who said, I cannot lose weight while I'm nursing my son. I cannot lose weight while nursing. I hold on to all my calories, blah, 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 blah. And I said that during my first pregnancy too, my first son, while nursing him. And I believe that that stopped me from losing weight until I was done nursing him. But this time around, I was using those same excuses. And then we did this program and I followed the meal plan, and I ended up losing over 16 pounds, over 17 inches in the 6 weeks. It was incredible. I was like, oh my goodness, I am not that mom who can't lose weight while nursing. I was clearly doing something wrong the first time. I had no idea. And this it empowered me to believe in myself again, guys. And that's like my before and afters. They're actually my before and my progress photos. I am not where I know that I can be, but I'm going there again. And I had lost a piece of that. So if you're, a new mom, or you're pregnant right now and you're concerned about what you have to do afterwards to get back to where you want to be, or you're nursing right now and you feel like you just can't do it, you can do it. And I want you, and we all want you to believe in yourself again. And Chris wants you to believe in yourself. Somebody else mentioned this too. Chris brought back that athlete in me. I'm a triathlete. I did a half Ironman 2 years ago. And after this pregnancy, after Jackson came, I was like, how in the world am I ever going to get back there? It seemed like such a long journey, but in 42 days, losing 16 pounds and over 17 inches, I was like, I can do this. It empowered me to actually believe in myself again and to be able to coach my people even better than I was before. With that said, last weekend or the weekend before, I can't even remember now, I rode my bike 75 miles for MS support, and I didn't think I would be able to do it, but because I'm telling you guys, because of Shift Shop, I hadn't ridden my bike since that half Ironman 2 years ago. I wouldn't recommend not training for things, but I didn't train. I did train. I did the Shift Shop, and that's how I got on that bike, and I nailed half of that ride, 75 miles, and it was amazing. I'm a crier, but I could cry just talking about it because it's just such an empowering program. Those markers, Natalie mentioned it earlier, the markers are important, guys. Yeah, you could use a piece of tape on the floor, but go and get the markers because you can write on those things. You write your goals, you write I am statements. I am powerful. I am going to crush this workout. I am going to reach my goals. Write your I am statements on those markers, and you will be amazed at what just hitting those markers with those statements on it does. I know it sounds kooky and foo-foo, but just go and do it because we all did it in the group. So it's much more powerful than just putting a piece of tape on the floor. And hydrate. I just want to mention hydrate. Hydrate's my best friend besides Shakeology. Hydrate seems to be the one piece of our performance line that we don't talk about a lot, but hydrate. As a nursing mom, I'm still nursing my son. When you're sweating that much and you're working that hard, you need to keep hydrated, and sometimes water just isn't going to cut it. So drink your hydrate and go crush this workout. You guys are going to do so amazing. So with that said, I know it's getting late, so I want to turn it right over to Shelly Hine, and she's going to share with you all of her tips and her experience as well.
Can you hear me? Great. Hi, guys. I'm Shelly. I live on the Oregon coast, and I've been a coach for 6 years. This is actually my anniversary month. So it came at a perfect time. I am 49 years old. I will be 50 in September. So like Mark and Mike, we are kind of like the older crew, but that didn't stop us. We've had an incredible experience. There were so many shifts I made, and I'm just going to encourage you right now, wrap your head around it and hang on, because this is going to be a huge life-changing program for you. Be prepared to turn your shift on. No bargaining, stop the bargaining. If you're worried about the meal plan, stop, just relax, and just do it. If you're worried about the workouts, stop and relax and just do it. You're going to be taken care of greatly by Chris. You're going to have more personal development through this program than you probably will have in your entire Beachbody career. And one of the most profound things that Chris said to me, to us, was, if you are saying to yourself that you are struggling with your nutrition, what you are really saying to yourself is that you don't love yourself. And at that moment, I have been following the meal plan, or, eating good, the whole thing, the whole time. But that struck a chord with me because I've done a lot of Beachbody programs from start to finish. I've done many rounds of Beachbody programs. And I've always had good results. I've always been committed to the program. My results always lasted for about 4 minutes. And I went right back to my comfort zone, right back. And I did not ever stick with those results. It was just too easy to go back. This is different. I'm in a new normal now. I'm not going back to my comfort. I'm staying here where I am 9 weeks into this program. I'm committed to that because Chris has taught me to love myself, which means when I love myself, I commit to my workouts and I commit to my nutrition plan, and I don't falter from that. And that's important to me. That was a huge shift in this 9 weeks that I had. And to pass a lot of what he says to us, which you will get in the My Challenge Tracker app, you will get in your challenge groups. Chris is coming in to those groups, to our groups. He loves us. He wants to help. He wants us to get better. He's going to help us get better. He's going to help you get better. And I want you to listen to him, and he's going to help you get through and make your own personal shifts. You're going to find things that he says that resonates with you completely. And it may not be the nutrition part. It may not be the workout part, but you're going to find your own shifts. The other thing that happened to me was I got so accustomed and in the habit of doing 25 to 30 minute workouts. I was rushing them. I was checking my phone. I was answering messages while we were taking our little breaks between, our 30-second breaks and 21-day fix extreme. I wasn't in it. Yeah, I was doing them, but I wasn't in it. Put my phone away during the shift shop. The 25-minute workouts were great. Loved them. 35-minute workouts, loved them even more. The 45-minute workouts, I fell in love with Beachbody again in those 45-minute workouts. I fell in love even more in the 50-minute workouts. And then adding on either the 10-minute core workout, 12-minute core workout, or the 16-minute super core workout at the end, I found myself again in those long workouts. And I'm a surfer. And one of the only ways that I lose track of time and can be completely in the moment is when I'm surfing. I found that with Shift Shop. Completely in the moment, back to myself. Time stood still. I could focus on me completely without any interruptions. And those longer workouts really helped. And yeah, they were hard, but getting through those hard and applying the accomplishments I made during those hard, strong, awful, want to die moments, I started applying those into my daily life. Those getting through those hard times, into my business, into my challenge groups, into myself. And I've had so many breakthroughs with this program, and I know you will too if you just keep committed, stay consistent, and do it. Do it for you. Do it to fall in love with yourself again. Everything in your life is going to improve through this program. We're not lying to you. This is not something that is you're just going to fly through. You're going to have major life-changing moments in this program. I also found myself, I'm not really a modifier, but I wasn't pushing myself. And when we came to an exercise in Super Speed 50, where we had to do plyometric push-ups, come down to our stomach and then jump to the next marker and then jump to the next marker. I did modify on that one. I just did the push-ups, and I found myself automatically on the second set doing the plyometrics. I didn't even question. I just was like, screw it, I'm doing this. I can do this. And I did. And I haven't gone back to those push-ups, not once in Speed 50. I have done the plyometric push-ups every time. It's so incredible to have those breakthroughs. And I know that when you hear Chris say, try before you modify, if you've been, thinking you can't get past modifying, you're going to be encouraged to get past modifying, and you're not going to believe what your body can do when you do get past those modifications. And there's no shame in modifying at all. I mean, it happens. Sometimes we have to, but if you try, I think you'll find breakthroughs that you didn't think were possible for you. The other thing that happened to me when I was in week 4, so we had finished round 1 and we were starting round 3. I had a trip to Mexico. My husband and I go surfing in Mexico every year to the same spot. It's a beautiful, beautiful vacation. And I was bound and determined to surf and do my shift shop workouts. And I did that, and I recorded some of them, and I had a great time. And then I got a bacterial infection. Mexico, I've been going to Mexico since I was 18, 30 years, and I've only been sick one other time, and that was the first trip I ever went on when I was 18. And I ended up in the hospital when I came home. I was that sick, and I was so, so sad. I remember crying and just, thinking to myself, I'm not going to be able to complete this. I'm not going to be able to go on. And, I had missed a couple workouts because I got sick. I felt like I was behind, and everybody was so nice in the test group, and they were so supportive and so encouraging. And I was in the hospital on Sunday. By Wednesday morning, I was back to my workouts, and I jumped right in. I was going to go back to that week that I missed those workouts, the beginning of week 4, and I didn't. I jumped in with them and went on to week 5, and my body just bounced back so quickly. And I know it's because of the shape that I had got myself into from Shift Shop during those first 3 weeks. And I felt amazing. It was like the sickness never even happened. And I was in the hospital. I had lost so much blood. So I just want you to be encouraged, and we all want you to take this very seriously. Don't look at the Shift Shop like any other program that you've done that maybe you haven't given your all to. Look at this a little bit different, because if you run with this 100%, your mind is going to be blown. You're going to have mind-blowing results. You're going to have mind-blowing shifts deep within inside your soul and spirit. All of our spirits shifted in Shift Shop. All of our souls shifted in Shift Shop. And you're going to have the same thing happen to you. And just wait for Chris. You will be so amazed by the things he says to you in every single workout, within every single exercise. And in every single workout, you're going to hear something you didn't hear in the last workout. Keep that in mind. It's amazing what comes into your ears when you need it the most, through his voice and through his passion for what he brings into this program. Have a beautiful evening, you guys. I'm going to introduce Natalie. She had amazing results, by the way. And thanks a lot for letting me speak tonight. Have a good night.
Hello. Hopefully everybody can hear me and see me. I don't know. Is it on? It's ringing. Okay, sweet. All right. Yes, I'm super excited to get to share just a little bit. I'm here in Texas, and we've been having thunderstorms, so internet's been in and out. So I'm praying that we stay connected for a little bit. But so I had a baby back in March, and it was a very big surprise baby. So life was rocking along, and then bam, God decided he wanted to introduce us to baby number 3, which was not on my radar whatsoever. So that kind of rocked my world for about 9 months. And then baby was born in March, and she was put in the NICU for 5 days, which rocked our worlds again. And so it just felt like all of this stuff was piling on top of us. And I specifically remember sitting there, I was in my bedroom nursing a newborn baby, and I get this email, or I get a message from my corporate girl telling me to check my emails. And I checked, and there was an email, and it just said, congratulations, you've been chosen. And I was kind of like, what? And I immediately got chills, and I'm like, that's weird. Why am I getting chills? And then like tears started coming. And I mean, I didn't even read the whole thing. I just messaged her back, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm in, I'm totally in. Like, I couldn't even believe that it was happening. I was so excited. So this was my first program back from having a baby. And I'm one of those, I like working out. Like, it's my therapy. It's just, I need it. I crave it. My family knows I need it. Like, it's just my thing. And so, you know, I hadn't been able to give it my all for a while. And so when I got introduced and was able to do this shift shop, like, just knowing that this was going to be my first program back, being a part of this test group, like, I was excited because I was going all in. And, you know, and the thing is like, I didn't even know how badly I needed this program in my life. Like, I didn't fully understand. I just knew I needed a good workout, right? Like, but I had no idea what was about to transpire. First of all, the meal plan, the structure was spot on for me, because I'm type A and OCD, and I'm more like black and white. Like, if you give me a thing to do, like, I'm going to check the boxes. Like, I'm all over it. Don't give me gray, because it flips me out. So the black and white for the meal plan was wonderful for me. And it helped so much, because on Sunday I was doing prep, and it wasn't crazy prep. Like, it was just easy bulk prep just to make my life easier. With 3 kids, a brand new baby, like, I need simple. And that's what this provided for me. So I really loved it. And then the workouts just left me feeling so empowered. It's hard to even put into words. You've heard people talk over and over about Chris and what an amazing trainer he is. And, you know, I've said it before, it's like he can speak right to your soul. Like, he knows exactly what you need and when you need it. And he is speaking like to your soul. It's crazy. It's amazing. So the workouts just leave you completely empowered, and you don't even realize the strength that you're gaining until you redo that workout, you know, like a couple days later, like, what the heck just happened? Like, you know, you're either increasing your weight, or you're jumping higher, or you're able to go longer without taking a break. It was really, really important in redefining my personal strength, which I loved. So I had really great physical results, transformation. I lost 11 pounds and 9.5 inches in 2 rounds of the program. I was still breastfeeding exclusively. My baby had 0 problems with supply. I was taking Recover and Shakeology and drinking a hell of a lot of water, but following the meal plan to a T, and was still able to, you know, to keep my supply up and everything. But I think what is more important than anything, and I'm big on this, and again, like I said, I didn't even realize how badly I needed this program, but it was the mindset shift. Like, when he talks about going into the shop, the shift shop, like, it's legit. He's not joking around. Like, there is something that happens mentally that is just so hard to put into words. Like, it's really, really difficult. I keep trying to express it, like, to my team and to those that I'm talking to about the program and giving them my experience. And it's like, I just can't put it all into words, you know, until you can experience it for yourself. And so that's why I'm so excited for next week to get here, so that everybody can get this in their hands and that they can see what we're talking about, because it's so hard to put into words. And you may not even feel like this is something you need. You may just be looking for that next program just to get in shape. Like I was just ready to get, you know, kind of get the ball rolling after having my 3rd baby. And it does so much more. I think that you just need to prepare yourself that there were times when I broke down, you know, hit my knees on the floor crying. There were times when, like, I would just have to stop, you know, I'd have to push pause, and I would just have to gather myself. But it was so worth it, and it's amazing. And I can't wait to get to coach people through this program, but it's legit. It's a good deal. You guys have got to get your hands on it. So anyway, I am going to introduce Mike Fitzpatrick. I'm excited to hear from him and his experience.
Thanks, Natalie. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Thumbs up if you can. Sweet. Okay. So yeah, my name's Mike. I am a coach in Canada. I'm relatively new to most of you. I've been doing this just 2 years now. So for me to get picked for this, it was, when you get those kind of emails, especially when you're a new coach, it's like you get all giddy and you feel like a little kid, even though, as Shelly said, I'm probably one of the older people I'm 49 as well. And I'm not going to swear like the other guys, but I was scared like you would not believe, because I'm one of those guys, again, college basketball player. I literally am bone on bone on my one knee. I've got arthritis in my back from hockey injuries where I've broken my vertebrae a couple times. I have arthritis in my shoulder, my hands. I'm a mess. So I was a little scared going into this. That being said, and I know it's been mentioned more than once, I live off the modifiers. That's actually how I became a coach. Is I was overweight, unhealthy. I tried everything. My wife was doing a program, and I actually snuck downstairs to do it because I was like, oh yeah, another one of those programs I can't do. And that's one of the things that, again, drew me to Beachbody, is they're so good with making these programs available to everybody. Whether you're young, whether you're old, whether you have injuries, the modifiers in this are fantastic. And again, they detail them so well, you cannot help but nail them. So that being said, in the first round, and I considered myself in relatively good shape. I lost, I think it was 12 pounds in the first round. My inches pretty much stayed the same, which is fantastic because it basically went from one spot to the other. I wanted to build up my chicken legs a little bit. So that was fantastic. I mean, 12 pounds in 21 weeks is pretty ridiculous, especially when you're older and your metabolism has slowed down. And that's where the food plan comes in, is the ramp up from week 1 to week 3. And all I can say is, God bless butternut squash and spaghetti squash, my new best friends. And I learned so many different ways to cook them, even though that's not all what you had to eat. But for me, that was like, oh my God, you mean I can eat lots of butternut squash and spaghetti squash? So that was, I hope we're allowed to say that. That was one of the things I loved about the meal plan. And I don't necessarily like to what I call eat clean all the time. I love to eat amazing foods that happen to be healthy, and this plan had them. So that's for me, this is what's made this something that I can stick on forever. It's not, even though technically people were talking about how it ramps up, I still didn't find it restrictive whatsoever. And it's not something that I don't think any of us who've been on here, and you've heard most of us speak, I don't think many of us are ever going to stray that far from this. Or if we do, it's such an easy program to come back to, as opposed to some that, yeah, you know what, I was on that, but then I had to take a break and then I'm back on it. This is something that I think for us, and especially as Shelly mentioned, it's become a new normal. It's like you took everything up a notch and what you thought you were. And I don't know if you've ever seen that one where people say, hey, reach as high as you can. Okay, now reach up a little bit higher, right? And you can always go that little bit higher. And that's kind of what this program does, is it pushes you to that spot that you thought you were at, but you really weren't there. And it shows you where that new normal is. So that's kind of why I loved it, especially as a dude. I don't want to say it's a masculine program because obviously all these ladies loved it, but he's a football coach. He's a football trainer. And for a guy, it was a program that really made you feel like you were kind of, for me, especially as an old guy, made me feel like I was back in high school again. Especially when, I don't know if Mark can remember when you started, as soon as he said suicides, it's like, oh yeah, that was like high school gym class. So it kind of gets you excited. It gets you pumped up. It makes you feel young again. And you are absolutely going to love Chris. I almost feel guilty that we had the pleasure of getting to talk to him every day. But the cool part is with us as coaches, we're going to pass that on to our coaches, and they're going to pass that on to you and to the challengers. So through us, hopefully Chris will live. And if you do this program, you're absolutely going to fall in love with Chris Downing, because he's more than just a trainer. He gets inside your head and he gets inside your heart, and he's affected us in so many ways. And we just We just really want you to try it so you can see what we're talking about. And that being said, I'm going to pass it off because everything's been so eloquently said tonight. I feel like I'm reiterating all the magnificent things everybody said. So Melissa, off to you, and you can take it away.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me? Perfect. So like Mike said, I feel like everyone has done such an amazing job explaining this program and talking about it. It really came for me in a time when I think Natalie had said it. I didn't know how much I needed it. And I was actually on the phone with my coach. We were having a one-on-one and she was like, oh, I just got into the test group. And I was like, secretly super, super jealous, but like really excited for her. And I got off the phone and I screamed really, really loud because I got the same exact email. And I was super excited about it. And not only did I get in it, but also my husband. And my husband is a Marine. And when I started gaining weight, he started gaining weight as we had children. And so this was something that I was really excited for us to be able to do together. And we did the first round, and I had some travel in there. In the first week, I had some really big eye-opening aha moments for myself, though. I quit drinking 10 months ago. And so when I started this, I guess we've been doing this almost 2 months. So I was almost at 8 months sober. And I didn't realize until the first week in that I was actually using food as a crutch in place of alcohol. So I had removed the drinking and was saying, you know, to make myself comfortable in social settings, I was allowing myself more dessert. Or if we would go somewhere, I would say, well, I'm not drinking, so I can eat this. And I was using it as comfort as well. So that was a huge, huge eye-opener for me in that first week. Another thing that I realized within the first round was 2 years ago this August, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and it started in my knees. I noticed at boot camp that something was up, and within 3 days, I couldn't really walk. And so over the past year and a half, almost 2 years, I haven't been pushing myself, and I've been allowing this this illness and disease to be a crutch for me. And I was making excuses on the days when I wasn't feeling 100%. And that was a big eye-opener for me. There's people in the test group that I was a part of that had far bigger injuries than myself or disabilities, and we're still pushing through. And so that's what really kept me pushing forward every single day. And although my right arm no longer fully extends, on the days when it was painful, I wasn't giving up because Chris was showing up for us every single day, and the rest of the group was showing up every single day, and we were sharing our struggles and our celebrations and our challenges and things that were being thrown at us, and no one was giving up. And that's what inspired me to keep going. And so my husband and I was getting up with him at 4 o'clock in the morning and prepping his foods. And then we were working out late at night. And between both rounds, my husband did one round and he was down 5 pounds and 12 inches. And I did both rounds and lost 20 inches and 7 pounds. And I'm almost at 10 pounds now. So it's just, it came at a time when I really, really needed it. And it really opened up my eyes to some of the limitations that I was putting there for myself. And it reminded me what it was like to be a challenger and how when it's hard, you don't quit. And when you need that support, that's what those accountability groups are for, and what we do as coaches. So I'm super excited for you guys to experience this, for you guys to get your markers, order them now, because I anticipate once this program comes, there's probably going to be a supply and demand, right? But really go all in and set your intentions for this program, because if you show up every single day, if you listen to what Chris is saying to us, if you follow that meal plan, not only are you going to get physical results, but you're going to have those aha moments. You're going to see the light bulb go off. You're going to see feel your body start to shift and your mindset start to shift, because like everyone's already said, this program is so much different than anything I know that I've ever experienced. And I've done quite a few of the programs in the past 3.5 years that I've been a coach. But never have I felt so emotionally in control and excited and ready for the next thing, which is just that workout the next day, right? So go all in, guys, set your goals and get excited about this because it's a game changer. And I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to introduce Megan because she's had some great results and I'm excited for her to share her story.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Okay, good. I'm Megan Pope. I'm so excited to be with this amazing group of people and have had this experience with Chris the last 9 weeks, and now we get to bring it to you all. So just, I can echo every single thing that every person has said tonight. The meal plan has been amazing. Shakeology has been a huge part of this for me. The performance line has been a huge part of this for me, but I want to touch on a little bit of my personal story with you just because I think there's other moms out there that could relate to where I have been and what this has done for me. So, when I've been a coach for about 2.5 years, and when I found out that I was selected to be in the test group, I was over the moon, but it seemed like it was coming at the worst time. My husband had taken a job out of state last August. So by April, we'd been living apart for 9 months. And we have 4 children, 5 and under. So I was solo parenting Monday through Friday, and I was just exhausted. I felt stretched so thin, and I was getting in the habit of doing one of my least favorite things, and that's just going through the motions. I was going through the motions of my workouts. I wasn't fully plugging into my workouts, and my gosh, did I need this so badly, and I didn't even really know. So it was awesome to have a program that was so focused on not just the physical shift, but the emotional and mental shift. I think Shelly or somebody else said earlier, I was leaving my phone outside of the room that I work out in, and just taking that time to go all in on me and giving myself that freedom and that permission, which I think a lot of times, there's ebbs and flows. You have moments of giving yourself that type of focus, and then we get busy with life and you start going through the motions again. And I love being intentional. It's a big part of how I try to live my life. In this program, you have no choice but to be incredibly intentional. As I mentioned, I have 4 small children. I had 4 C-sections in 4 years. I had a uterine tumor removed before my oldest daughter was born, and I had emergency appendectomy in January. So in the last 6.5, 7 years, I've had 6 fairly major abdominal surgeries. I never thought that my body could get to where it is now. I told myself a story for years and years that, I was just made a certain way. And no matter how hard I worked out, that I was never going to really change my body. And what I was missing was the nutrition and working out in a way that was really challenging myself instead of just running. I'm a runner, I'm a marathon runner, and I needed to mix it up. So, these programs in general have provided so much insight to somebody like myself that was already active, but wasn't necessarily training in a way that was, as smart as I could. I finally learned how to work out smarter, not harder. And when you couple that with the meal plan of something like Shift Shop, your potential is limitless. I think that it's reaffirmed and shown me again that we are so much more capable than we believe we are. It's an amazing feeling to be able to take my kids to the pool and wear a bathing suit confidently, wear a bikini confidently, and I have all these little people around me. And years ago when I started my family and had my first surgery, I thought of all the things I couldn't do later in life and how my body would change. And somebody said it earlier, but we tell ourselves these stories and we buy in. And you guys, we have the power to rewrite our story. And this is the program that can do it for you. So I encourage everybody to try it. I don't care where you are. If you're a super athlete, it's going to make you stronger. If you have 100 pounds to lose, you're going to have success. Wherever you are, this has a space in your life. Okay. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm going to switch it over to Lindsay, who's had an awesome experience as well.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me? Awesome. All right. So my story sounds really similar to a lot of other people who are on this call. And my story begins, I was, 8 months postpartum when I got the email saying that I was invited to be part of the test group. And like some of the other coaches, I've been a coach for about 2.5 years. And when I first heard about this opportunity, I truly thought I would never hear anything about it, that I was a big nobody and I wouldn't get chosen. And when I got that email, it was like I was struggling. This was my second baby. My first was a preemie, so we went through a lot of medical procedures while I was pregnant to make sure that I didn't have another preemie. And after she was born, I was kind of cocky. I was like, I've had a kid. I know how to do this now. I was in the best shape of my life when I got pregnant with her. It's not going to be any problem at all to get back. And I actually was pretty embarrassed that I'm a coach and I had this struggle, that I had a baby who had colic. She had severe acid reflux and she has a lot of allergies, and it meant a lot of tears, her and me, and a lot of lack of sleep. And I used all of those as excuses for not doing my workouts, not prioritizing myself. There were even times when I used those as excuses not to drink my Shakeology, which is absolutely ridiculous because it's the easiest meal I could make every day while she's, crying and needs me to hold her all day. But when I got this email, it was like a godsend. It was like this was intended for me at this stage in my life. And I decided right then and there I was going all in. And I'll be completely honest, even as a coach, I probably have never gone all in for an entire program. And when I say all in, I mean sticking to the nutrition plan, no cheats, and sticking to the workouts, no skips, no, hitting snooze or anything like that. And this program, I have been a diehard 21 Day Fix Extreme fan forever. I think I've done like 12 rounds of 21 Day Fix Extreme. And this program has taken my soulmate workout spot. I can see myself being a shifter for life. I'm already wondering when Chris is going to create some new content for me because, after 3 rounds, I'm like, what else you got? Because I'm so excited. But for me, I've been an athlete since I was 4 years old. I played soccer at 4 and played high school softball, basketball, soccer, played college basketball and college soccer. And I did not realize how much of my identity and how much of my pride was in the number 13 jersey. And when I had to hang up that jersey, which was a long time ago, but I didn't realize that I was leaving a piece of me behind. And coaching, being a Beachbody coach, has really helped me to gain some of that identity back. And it gives me that team. And, I have that pride in everything I'm doing as a coach. But I was still missing a piece. Like I was still missing the piece of me that would leave herself on the soccer field. I mean, I would be throwing my body across the basketball court to keep a ball in bounds, and I was missing that. And I really, truly thought I would never get that back. I thought that I would live vicariously through the people I was coaching, whether it be the middle schoolers that I coached in sports or the people I coach through their health and fitness journey. And this program has given me that back. When I'm doing these workouts, I'm back on the basketball court. I feel like I need knee pads again, because I'm willing to do whatever. Like Chris Downing could tell me to find a way through the brick chimney in my sunroom, and I'm going to find a way through the brick chimney in my sunroom for him, because he fuels that fire, and he's totally brought the inner athlete back out in me, filled this void that I didn't really realize needed to be filled. And this mama is back. I'm 3 rounds in, and I'm almost back to my pre-baby weight. When I started the program, I couldn't wear any of the clothes in my closet, and now I'm wearing all of the clothes in my closet. So it just breathes life into you. I don't know what else to say other than get it and do it the way it's written, because it will forever change you, and you will be grateful that you did. I'm going to stop talking. I know it's late, and I'm going to pass it over to Alyssa.
Hey guys, well, it is late. It is 11 o'clock, and I've been able to listen to so many awesome, inspiring stories from our other test group members. It's just been such a pleasure to be able to do this. I know, you guys, for myself, I had gotten into like a workout rut. I have ADD really bad. So in case you guys don't know that, like you see me like fidgeting over here, it's just the way that I am. And I had gotten to a point in my fitness where nothing was like keeping my attention. I was using Beachbody on demand, skipping around between all different workouts, really choosing what my favorite workouts are. And as you guys know, when you do that, you don't often pick the ones that are the hardest. You know, you kind of pick the ones that are like the most fun, or have the best music, or, you know, maybe lifts your soul for the day, which is great. You still get your workout in, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're following in the way that the personal trainer designed the program to be, right? So I had to kind of get really honest with myself. And when this came about, I just needed that. I needed to have something that really like reignited my fire for fitness, that also helped me really stay accountable to my own goals and just really get committed to that. And, you know, I think that one thing that people think that, you know, oh, Beachbody coaches, like they're, you know, they preach health and fitness, and they, you know, eat salads and greens, and like we live our lives, but it's like we're just normal everyday people that are just trying to live our best lives, which isn't always easy, right? And share that with others. And, you know, sometimes you really just got to get back and putting your own self-love mask back on, and really taking that time to really take care of yourself. And that is what this really taught me over the last, you know, 40 some days, is that I'm not good enough if I'm not taking care of me. I can't give to others. I can't be the best wife. I can't be the best mom. I can't be the best coach. I can't be the best neighbor, friend, unless I'm taking care of myself. So I really committed to this program of going all in. I will say that I did not follow the meal plan to a T. I just have past issues with anorexia and bulimia, and so I kind of know like my balance with that. But I did stick with eating clean foods. I think I had some chocolate one night, and I had a margarita to celebrate something. But otherwise, I was pretty much on balance. And for me, it's that intuitive eating. What I loved the most was really switching up my macronutrients. So, you know, once you get involved in the program, you're going to learn that there's different weeks, follow different macronutrients, like some of the people had said. And so kind of coming up with different creative ideas to stay with that, and learning about my body of what works best for macronutrients. You know, I had followed kind of like a fixed meal plan, which is like a 50-30-20 kind of meal plan. And with this, you really are mixing up your macronutrients. So I think it also allows people to really figure out, you know, what works best for them. What is the optimum fuel for your own body? What do you function on best? And really learning that intuitive eating that goes along with this program as you kind of switch between these different weeks. And he takes you through, you know, different macronutrient ratios for you guys to try out. The other thing that I want to say, obviously, is that mental shift. And, you know, I always think that Chris Downing is such an incredible motivator. And I use my little markers as well, like most of the other test group members did, to say my daily affirmations. But it's something about, you know, really like going hard and like hitting down on that marker and really like tapping it out. And, you know, at the end of that workout, whether it's, you know, 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 45 minutes, 50, when you're in the super weeks, it's just really giving in your all. And at the end, just like you are sweating and you just know that you just did something so miraculous and so awesome for your body. So I really needed this in my life. I love the sports conditioning type of workouts. I was so motivated by seeing, people of all different ages and sizes and abilities to be able to accomplish this program and to really make that mental shift and power through all of the different obstacles that they had within their lives. I think that's the most inspiring thing, is watching just normal people inspire and use their lives to help one another, and to really just grow closer to all of those guys that were in our test group together. So thanks for all of you guys. The last thing that I want to really talk about before I wrap this up is I would say that for any of you guys that are thinking about joining this program, get involved. Either join a challenge group, join a test group, or partner up with friends. Have a support group, a message thread. You use WhatsApp. There's so many different tools, but get involved and have that support and have that accountability of having a coach to go through the program with you. Like anything, it's not always going to be easy. You're going to want to reach out and you're going to want to have different snacks and stuff like that, but really take the program, follow it the closest that you can, and have a really great support system to really help you go through this. It's not like anything that most of us have ever done before. It is going to unleash that inner athlete that you might, that you didn't have. But really, if you can just commit to yourself for 21 days, grabbing another person along with you, it's making that commitment and realizing that your own self-worth, that you are worth it, and that it's time for you really to step up and to embrace that and to know that, are you really giving your best? Are you really giving your best right now when you look at your fitness? Are you really following your nutrition plan? Are you just going through the motions? Or you continue to make excuses in your life about why things can't be? It's summertime, there's parties, there's barbecues, there's so much going on. And I think that, we can use that as an excuse so often when it comes to making these kind of decisions. But remember that you're always worth it. You're always worth it, no matter what season it is, no matter if it's summer, no matter if it's worth it. You showing up for yourself and taking care of your health mentally and physically is possibly the best thing that you guys can do. So I'm going to leave you guys with that on this note that, if you're thinking about joining Shift Shop, reach out to whoever invited you guys here on this call. They'll answer some questions for you, let you guys know how to get involved. And then also, you guys, no matter what, take care of yourselves, okay? You guys are all beautiful. You guys are all so worthy of greatness and so worthy of having great health and just a positive mental aspect and just being full of happiness. And I think that that's just key, knowing that you're totally available for that and that's right here for you. And it's just all you have to do is take advantage and say, why not me? Why can't I be the best that I can be, no matter what shape or size or age that I am, no matter if I'm a mom or not a mom or whatever. So that's my going out call to you guys, is to just take care of yourselves and love on yourselves. And thank you so much for joining with us tonight. Thank you so much, Candace, for setting this up, and for all of you guys that joined on. Thank you guys so much. You guys were absolutely incredible. So my love to all of you guys. I'm going to try to figure out how the heck I get off of this thing. And we'll see you guys all within our Shift Shop test groups and watching all of your videos all over social media. Pay it forward, inspire others, inspire greatness in others. Use your light, guys. I will see you all later. If I can figure out how to get off this thing. I think I just have to go to stop video.